Holy buckets!
Awesome.
Look at all those movies behind you guys. Jeez, are you in a rental shop or is this your personal collection?
This is having no personal life. That's what does it.
Ah,
This is what
gosh, I
happens
love
when
it.
you have or work in a rental shop and they go out of business, and then you just take all the stock home.
You are
That's
so
right.
lucky.
Um,
Love it.
we've got such a limited amount of time, and I reckon we could probably talk for so long. But firstly, I want to just sort of tell you that I appreciate you daring to be different and not making a carbon copy remake. So thank you, sir.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that.
And secondly, I really appreciate that you went full Sisu and gave us a full-blown Nazi massacre. So where the hell did that come from?
I'm a child of Indiana Jones. I mean, I watched those movies. I wore tapes out growing up, so yeah, the Nazis were always like the epitome of like the worst villain, like always. So like, and I haven't had that chance like in a movie to just go full bore. And this was like an opportunity where I was like, what is just something that's absolutely ridiculous that I could do here that nobody's gonna see? It's just gonna come out of left field, but nobody's going to like think twice about it. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, of course. And that is like, what if we had a Nazi Christmas party full of Santas, and he just kills a bunch of Santas and elves like that are literally closet Nazis? And I was like, that is a scene that I like, look, for me it was just I want to see that.
Yeah, and I appreciate seeing that. Like that must have been fun to shoot.
It was a blast. It was very challenging because we did not have a lot of time to shoot it, but we for what we were able to pull off in just a couple days, and I mean Roland did 90% of his choreography. Like he was whipping that axe around, dude. Like
I thought you were gonna, I thought you were gonna say he killed 90% of the Sanders. He actually, like, to save on money and to save on effects, we just
we just
we
killed a
just
bunch of people,
hired
yeah.
real Nazis and
Yeah.
killed
No, it was definitely crazy, and Rowan had a couple days to practice with the stunt coordinator, Kristen Swatsky and her team. Like, it was incredible, and we were very fortunate that he was just very good at, he was just very coordinated, and like
Hmm.
he could just walk through it. They just took him through it a few times, and then he finally just got into the groove, and he was able to kind of go from start to finish all the way through, and then we broke it up obviously when we shot it, but he knew the moves, he knew how to get to point A to B to C to D, and yeah, I mean that's him. Like I said, with the exception of a couple moments, that is all him. It's him like running through the squibs, it's him like swinging the axe at guys, and there's like part where a guy gets flipped over, like that's him. And an incredible bunch of stunt guys dressed as Santa. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
Is
I
that
love
something
that
that
he
you
just. Yeah,
oh
go on,
sorry.
Ben.
Is that something that you test for during the audition process? Do you put them through a series of acrobatic feats to make sure that they can do what is
No,
required?
dude. Like Rowan, like I said, Rowan's just good, dude. Like I knew I wanted him in this movie. Like when his name got brought up, it was like he's he's the guy. Like yes, like I want to talk to him because I loved him in Hollywood. Halloween Ends, and he just has the look. I just feel like he had like that kind of
Yep.
everyday dude kind of thing. Like you'd pass him on the street and wouldn't think twice, wouldn't look twice, wouldn't look back. Like he's that guy. But then he has so much charm, and then he's able to go dark, and then he's able to bring
Yep.
it back, and you kind of love him. You kind of fall in love with him. Not only as Billy Chapman, but he's that guy,
He's totally likable, and I love the fact that he was in Halloween and now he's in like a Christmas movie. If he had been in like Thanksgiving, he would have had the trifecta. Like it would have
dude.
been
I'm
perfect.
telling you, man.
What
Absolutely.
what was it about like the Silent Night Deadly Night franchise that just made you want to jump into that world?
So I had gotten a call from Brad Miska, who was at Bloody Disgusting and Cineverse at the time, and they had just gotten the rights, and I had just done VHS 85 with him and Shudder, and he was like, "Hey, we have the rights to this. We have the original producers with us. I'd like to work with you again. Like, give me a take." And I was like, well, I've always wanted to do a Christmas horror movie, and that was actually a bucket list. I honestly, I can say truthfully, Silent Night, Deadly Night wasn't necessarily like a bucket list IP to work on,
Hmm.
but doing a holiday horror film was. And I was like, God, like, and I will say though, like that poster growing up, because I was very young in the 80s, and seeing that poster with Santa coming out of the chimney, and seeing it at those old video rental houses, that was very formative. And
Hmm.
so did I ever expect that this would happen, that I would be connected to this, that I'd ever make my own? Definitely not. But I feel like that is just like a trend now. Like I've now worked in Wrong Turn, never thought I would do that. I've now worked with Friday the 13th and Jason, never thought I would ever ever be asked or even involved with that. And same with Silent Night, Deadly Night. So at this point, I'm really up for the surprise of this whole thing. And if there's other things that kind of come my way, it just goes to say like if something like that this presents itself, don't say no. Just
Yeah.
see where it goes. And that's how something like this kind of came about.
Yeah, you're ticking boxes, mate. It's fantastic. You mentioned there the original sort of poster. Ben and I on our show all the time, we talk about VHS covers that informed us when we were kids that terrified us. If you can look over Ben's shoulder, you can see the Australian VHS for Silent Night, Deadly Night, one and
Is that
two.
the
The
red?
Santa,
Oh, the red one.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that image traumatized me as a kid. Just Santa with an axe, like that's all it is. It's not even a still from the movie. It's just Santa with an axe. It absolutely scared the shit out of me.
Oh, it's so good. The
He's got
movie they
smoke behind
tried
him.
to
Yeah.
ban.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to go with the next question is like the 84 movie was famously controversial. Like it attracted a lot of public outcry, particularly from parent groups. What's
Hmm.
your experience? Is that still a thing? Does having to kill a Santa still ruffle feathers?
I don't think so. Honestly, I feel like we've mowed through all anything that's sacred, I think, and turned it into something horrific at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like this is honestly, I feel like it's expected now. Like, what's the next Christmas horror movie? What are they gonna do? I
Hmm.
mean, gosh, they just did
Oh,
The Carpenter's Son, which is about Jesus,
yeah,
like,
I was
and
going to
they
say,
did a
I have
horror.
a great idea. Holy Night, Deadly Night, where it's
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
running
Been
around with an
right,
axe killing people, but they've done it.
dude. So look, I think it's all up for grabs. I think the best case scenario is you can go into it, fill it full of surprises, give it a good story with some good characters, and you have something that's going to be fun, that's going to stand the test of time through the holidays. I don't know. Like I think people are totally game for this kind of thing right now.
For sure. I think what was clever with what you did too is you did it, you definitely gave it an exploitation feel, particularly with those title inserts and things like that.
It's yeah.
Aside from the original movie, were there other movies that you leaned to for inspiration, just to sort of for a look or anything like that?
Yes, it was so I watched a lot of Pixar. which which is where a lot of the warm cozy feels came from. Obviously movies like The Santa Claus with Tim Allen and Elf with Will Ferrell. Like it was just like I I didn't just want to make a grisly, murderous, dark like Christmas horror film. Like I feel like that's tiring, and yes, there is maybe an audience for that, but that's not what I'm interested in. I wanted to
Hmm.
make something that like you could sit down and be like, it gives me the Christmas feels, but it's also like full of like it has a body count, and like it's not afraid to it does not shy away from showing some pretty crazy stuff. And then so it was like it was Pixar, it was those like warm fuzzy movies a little bit. But then it was also movies like Frailty, and Adam Wingard's The Guest. Like literally those two movies were
Bangers.
kind of, yeah, they were like they were like kind of these big puzzle pieces that when I put those together, I was like, this is the kind of movie I want to make. I want to make something like this. And I want to fill it like full of like again, this warmth and characters that are going through stuff, but really it's about two people like with inner demons and like
Hmm.
how do they control that or deal with that, and what happens when they come together? Is it explosive or is it a perfect pairing? And that's where the movie, you got to go see the movie and
Perfect.
see
Perfect.
see what
I
happens.
want to watch it again and with that in mind, for sure. We're almost out of time, but there's a question I have to ask you.
Yeah.
It, in my mind, it's a question that only has one answer. But as a horror fan, what do you reckon is the best sequel of the original franchise?
Oh my God, the best sequel of the original. God. Honestly, in terms of the sequel, I know it's so rooted. I mean, basically most of the movie is just the first movie, but and it's not a great movie, but it because it is still like what I associate Silent Night, Deadly Night to be is I gotta say it's part two. I
Right.
mean, I
Yeah.
know that like, that's where Garbage Day comes from, but like just honestly, just that sequence on its own and the fucking umbrella death where I just it's to me it still feels as though it's in that like vein of like low budget Santa Claus killer movie. And that's what I associate Silent Night, Deadly Night being like. It veered off with the other ones, and I like what Silent Night, Deadly Night is with it being
Yeah.
this kind of
Yeah.
psychosis and
Yeah.
it's Billy and now it's his brother and blah blah blah. Yeah.
Well, you are
Thank
wrong.
you.
It's part five.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We're just about out of
Yeah.
time, Ben, so we do have to wrap it up. If you got one more, real quick.
I just have one more quick question. Now, we are both big fans of physical media, as you can tell by what's behind us. And we
Mm-hmm.
may be jumping the gun here a bit because we are talking about the theatrical release of Silent Night, Deadly Night. But down the road, is there a uncut home entertainment release? Is there a second cut, more gorier cut?
There will be physical media. I know
Awesome.
there'll be like the Blu-ray, there'll be the DVD, Steelbook, whatever. Me personally, and they've started to do this again. I want to see a VHS release of this, to be
Yes.
to be completely honest. That to me is what would excite me, is to get that official release. I mean, come on, Fede Alvarez just did it with Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
We can do it with Silent Night, Deadly Night. Did Terrifier do it too? Like I
I was
feel
going
Yes.
to say
Yeah.
like
here they did. I was
yeah,
looking
Yeah.
for. I was going to
Yeah.
pull it out, but it's not
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
grabbing distance. But there is a
yeah.
Terrifier VHS.
That to me that would seal the deal. VHS release of this
Mhm.
would be the best with like again with special just the special art for the VHS cover art. Like we would have to throw it back to me to like the old school 80s cover art and have somebody whip it up, get somebody like Creepy Duck or something to come in and just like put his spin on it. And God, just to have
Just use
that
the Santa with an axe.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
done.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we've got to go, mate. Thank you so much for taking time. Like, what a fun movie. Really, really appreciate your time.
Kind of been drifting my whole life.
Hey, new guy. Are you okay?
At Christmas time, I can see evil. I slipped from Billy into something else.
So you're crazy. I'm gonna figure out what's going on in there.
Yeah, no idea.
What?
Naughty. Santa is always watching. Naughty boys get punished.
All is calm. All is bright.
They found the body. The person who did this, he was dressed like Santa.
Bad people need to be punished.
Billy?
Don't forget who you are and what you do.
Okay, who's excited to meet Santa?